Welcome to Top 10 Archive. In this installment, we are descending into the world of the mysterious and unknown. Are they believable as historic fact, or are they just very well thought out hoaxes? Join us in a journey of the top 10 unsolved mysterious ancient artifacts. Number 10. The Moai of Easter Island. Better known as Easter Island heads, these statues were carved from volcanic rock by the Rapa Nui civilization between 1250 and 1500 AD. Archaeologists to date have speculated that the Moai were carved as an attempt to deify their ancestors. Most Moai gaze inward across the island as protection from rival clans, but there are 7 that were placed high on a bluff, perhaps to help passing travelers see the island from a distance. The unsolved mystery that lies within these artifacts is, how did an ancient civilization move such massive stone monuments with just their bare hands and no trees left on the island? Pollen records from the island report that trees died off the island around 1200 AD. Stories from the ancient civilization's oral records report of chiefs magically commanding these monuments to move, and they would walk to their destinations. Were these monolithic statues the work of an isolated colony that ultimately destroyed itself with its radical worship of its god? Or were the monuments the act of unforeseen alien intervention, or maybe magical powers that we do not possess or understand today? Number 9. The Elongated Paracas skulls. In 1928, a Peruvian archaeologist stumbled upon a cave filled with 300 elongated, human-like skulls. Radiocarbon dating has established these skulls to be approximately 3,000 years old. Scientists have reasoned for years that these skulls were formed by a natural process of strapping a child onto a board for carrying purposes. However, the unsolved mystery here is that a normal human skull can change its shape, oh yes, but not its volume. These skulls have, on the average, 2.5 times the normal human skull volume. Did these humans have a larger brain capacity? Were they an ancient race of aliens who came to Earth to visit and didn't make it back? A recent article published by a scientific journal stated that in 2012, a DNA test was done on the skulls to prove their human origins. The test came back with startling conclusions. The geneticist concluded that the DNA was not from human or primate origin and doesn't match up with any known creature that we have yet to discover. Number 8. The Baigong Pipes of China. Mount Baigong in China has been an ongoing controversy since 1998, when 2 American scientists looking for dinosaur fossils located what seemed to be a vast network of ancient plumbing running throughout the mountain. At this time, Chinese scientists have determined the age of the pipes to be around 150,000 years old. They are still doing tests, but have confirmed that some of these pipes are radioactive and could be dangerous. Near Mount Baigong is Tunsen Lake, where they have found even more pipes protruding from the bottom of the lake and laying around the shore. Some theories suggest the artifacts to be a network of pipes for an ancient alien technology that was stored in the mountain. Skeptics believe these to be natural formations. Number 7. The Baghdad Battery. In 1938, a German scientist revealed that he had found the oldest batteries in existence outside of Baghdad, Iraq. Baghdad batteries, as they were eventually named, consisted of a clay vessel with a copper-coated iron bar that ascended into an acidic substance, such as wine or vinegar, to create an electrical current. Scientists are confused as to what they were actually used for, but hypotheses of medicinal electric pain management all the way to electroplating metal have been discussed. All we know for sure is that these vessels do conduct electricity and are thought to date back as far as 200 BC. Number 6. The Roman Dodecahedron. The Roman Dodecahedron is an interesting artifact to say the least. A 12-sided metal object that was first uncovered in Wales, England in the 1730s. Archaeologists to date have found over 100 of these items in caves and gold stashes throughout Europe. All the dodecahedrons have holes on all sides, have been decorated with ornate markings, and have mostly been made of metal, though some have been found that were made of stone. Some theories suggest that these were ancient candle holders, though some believe that these were early children's toys that would be thrown at each other and caught on a stick. Other speculations are that they were for religious ceremonies and were quite valuable to their owners. The only thing we know for certain is that archaeologists are still baffled to this day. Number 5. The Crustaceous Hammer. The Crustaceous Hammer, also known as the London Hammer, is an out-of-place artifact and has skeptics worldwide in argument of how this hammer came to find itself in a 200-million-year-old rock. In 1936, a couple was walking by a river and found the hammer embedded into a natural limestone deposit that radiocarbon dated back to 200 million years ago. How did this hammer get there? Did some ancient civilization 200 million years ago have the technology to create a pure lead hammer through smelting and forging? Or is this proof of an ancient alien race that had advanced technology? Or maybe some type of well-played-out elaborate hoax? We'll let you decide. Number 4. The Voynich Code. In 1912, Wilfred Voynich came across a manuscript while he was out buying ancient books from local markets. He came across a book that was written in a language that he was not familiar with. He was an accomplished code breaker and scholar and believed wholeheartedly that he could decipher this code. For the next 30 to 40 years of Voynich's life, he attempted to decipher it, but failed. The Voynich Code consists of approximately 240 pages of written language, along with diagrams of herbs and star charts. Some archaeologists believe that this was a medicinal book written around the 1400s when medicine and astronomy were considered to be a sin in the eyes of the church, thus the reasoning behind the undecipherable language. Some theorists believe that this is an ancient language that we have yet to discover, while others believe that this is evidence of an alien visitation in the ancient world. Number 3. The Antikythera Mechanism. The Antikythera Mechanism was found in 148 feet, or 45 meters, of water off the island of Greece around 1900. Scholars believe this to be evidence of advanced civilizations that had the ability to create computer-like mechanisms for measuring star charts and astronomical equations. The mechanism consists of 80 gears and other movable parts and levers. Radioactive dating came back with a date of around 85 BC. In the 1970s, Jacques Cousteau made a dive on the same ship and retrieved coins from around 79 BC. Likely verifying the mechanism's age. Is this evidence of an advanced civilization with the ability to create computer-like machines? Number 2. The Russian Ancient Screw. This item is of great controversy. An expedition team of Russian and American scientists were in Russia looking for ancient meteorites that had fallen to the Earth. When they broke open a limestone rock, they found what looked like a modern man-made screw or bolt embedded into the 300-million-year-old rock. Russian scientists have done radiocarbon dating and spectral analysis on the object and have concluded that this is a magnesium and aluminum blend of metals only found in modern metallurgy. Is this evidence of ancient alien technology? Humans aren't thought to have existed 300 million years ago. Take this one with a grain of salt because a lot of skeptics are calling this one a hoax. What do you think? Number 1. The Betz Family Sphere. The Betz family sphere was found in 1975 by the family after a bad fire had scorched a lot of their land. The sphere was a shiny metal object with no visible seams or weld marks. The sphere, when around music, seems to respond to the sound with vibrations of its own. When the sphere was placed on the floor and rolled, it would always roll back to the original person who rolled it. When the family placed it on their dining room table, the sphere would roll from edge to edge and stop, like it somehow knew there was an edge on the table. One of the brothers even lifted the table at an extreme slant and said that the sphere stayed on the table on its own power, resisting the fall. The family was so spooked by the events that they gave the sphere to the United States Navy for testing. The Navy concluded that the sphere was so dense of a material that they couldn't even X-ray it. When they finally did X-ray it with a 300 kV X-ray system, they found that there were 2 spinning disks inside surrounded by a metal halo. The 2 disks inside were composed of a metal that seemed to be denser than anything humans had seen before. Some skeptics believed this sphere to be an industrial-sized ball bearing that could have been used as a hoax, while other theories suggest this to be an ancient alien thermonuclear device meant to destroy the Earth. The weird thing about this is, after the 1980s, the orb disappeared, and the family has since become hard to contact and refused to acknowledge the sphere, not to mention the lack of references surrounding the story. Like these top 10 videos? Subscribe by clicking the annotation here and give our video a like, and share the link for this video with all your friends on your favorite social media sites. Have an idea for a future top 10? Leave a comment in the section below.